I do this shit for Vegas. About to shut the world down. World domination. World ain't ready for the town. We are an abomination.
What's going on, people? We are back at it again with the High Bud Tenders podcast. It is me, Jarrell, and you know I got my partner in crime, my road dog, Rocky.
What's going on, Jarrell?
What's happening?
I had family in town. We had a few events pass through here. Lady Led collabs, champs.
Yeah.
So Vegas has been popping off.
Yes.
Speaking of new things popping off in Vegas, we are super, super happy to have this guest with us today.
Yes, good friend.
Good friend.
Yes.
Wonderful bud tender. Just an amazing person all the way around. Shara, welcome to the show. We are so happy to have you on.
Yay, thanks so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Yay. So, in a turn of events,
right?
Shara decided to leave the cannabis industry and start her own cannabis business. And
it's hemp, technically.
Yeah, well, it's hemp. But I'm going to tell you, it's some really great products. Otherwise, we would be having a different conversation today, and it wouldn't probably be recorded.
Yeah.
But it was really, really great. I'm really excited to talk about your product line. Your product line is called QCC CBD. Tell us how this all came about.
All right. Well, I've been self-employed on and off the past 7 years. So I've always been passionate about cannabis, and so I did join the industry back in 2020, and I bud tended for a while, and it's just I prefer to have more control over my schedule, and also I just always felt like more of I should be running my own business. So I wanted to go more into cannabis. I do eventually want to make THC edibles and stuff, but I thought a good place to start would be in CBD because the licensing costs are way less and stuff. So I'm really good at research, so I researched all of the laws and everything that I'd need to get approved and do everything legally. So yeah, I found a great supplier in Wisconsin, and they worked with me making my labels and everything, and yeah, it turned out to be a really great product. So all of their stuff is great, so I'm really happy to be selling it because it really does make a difference, and it is really effective. And compared to a lot of other CBD products I've tried, so
yeah, I tried right now I've tried the tincture and the gummies, and I'm gonna tell you the tincture, whoa, you know what I mean? When you do cannabis or CBD edibles and tinctures and stuff like that, the taste changes from company to company, and you realize that through that process, if you want to get really good hemp, you're going to taste that in your tinctures. So I'm going to tell you, your tincture is 2,000 milligrams, right?
No, the topical is 2,000, but the tincture is 1,500.
Oh, okay.
Still a lot.
Still a lot.
It's water soluble, right?
Yes.
Explain to the people what makes that different from other ones.
Okay, so yes, most CBD that you get at typical retailers everywhere are going to be oil-based CBD. So the downside to oil-based CBD is there has a very low absorption rate. So you're only able to absorb really 4 to 25% of the CBD that you're ingesting. So you're going to take it and you're going to feel it doesn't really do anything because you're not able to absorb the majority of the CBD that's in there because of the form that it's in. So when they use a supersonic emulsification device, basically emulsification is making two things that don't usually able to be mixed, so oil and water. So it vibrates it to nanoparticles basically, and then it makes it able to be mixed with water and dissolve in water thoroughly, and then it improves the bioavailability, so you can absorb it more thoroughly in your bloodstream, and then you feel it faster, and like it's way more effective at like lower doses.
Nice.
Yes.
And that was the situation. Like, I'm so used to doing like full droppers of things.
Yeah, you only really need like half to like 3/4 is what I was saying.
Yes.
Because a full one is like 50 milligrams, and 25, 30 is just like pretty good.
Right. And now I know
dose,
that
yeah.
if it's 50 milligrams, I can do that twice a day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Once in the morning and once at night. And here's the thing, folks at home that tried CBD and they're like, oh, this has done nothing for me. It, just like everything else in this world, it's how that was created, how much love was put into the product, and like having nano-emulsified tinctures so that you can get that, the medicinal purposes of that right away as opposed to waiting for it. But here's the thing, like, and you could probably attest to the situation. You're not going to get the effects you want in a week. I think CBD generatively needs like 3 weeks to really get like used to it and for your body to notice differences.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't noticed that personally. Like,
what do you
as far as like whenever I'd done oil-based stuff in the past, I hadn't really noticed much either, like most people.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another brand that I used to take that had water-soluble tinctures, and then that's when I could actually notice the difference, and like makes me, it feels like a wave of calm almost. It's like when I normally would get irritated about stuff, I'm like just way more chill and just like able to tolerate things better, and like, yeah, so I realized that water soluble tinctures is what actually makes the difference, but the tinctures I sell now, they're 5 times as strong as the ones that I was taking before. So
yeah, I agree.
You don't need as much, and it like lasts longer as well. So
yes,
yeah,
I 100% loved this product because I didn't have to take a lot of it.
Yeah,
you know how people in the cannabis industry are. We say, yeah, we do the CBD, but we really.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't do the CBD.
Yeah.
And
well, if we're not going to notice any effect, then what is the point? Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And I think that that's it. Mm-hmm. I think that that's it. I think it's just how the products that you're buying, especially where it's sourced.
Yeah.
And, where all the factors matter, like where the hemp is sourced, how the extraction process was.
Whether they're actually honest in, like, what the contents are.
Yeah, I was going to ask how hard was it for you to find that source? Because I know, like having vegan products or like no cruelty to animal products, like that's important to you. So like, how hard was it to find like all of that in one?
So yeah, it wasn't that hard.
Nice.
I did research like probably into like 3 to 5 companies that did like the white label services and stuff. But I compared all the prices and like the ingredients, and they were definitely in line with, they were one of the first companies I found, and they were completely in line with how I want my products to be made, and the quality and the ingredients and everything like that. So I will say the only thing, I do plan to reformulate it though. The topical is my only product that is not technically vegan, because it does have beeswax in it. So that is their standard formulation, but I do intend to have them change it on the next batch. I just didn't do it this time around, but for people that don't mind about that, it's still really good quality, and it has a ton of essential oils in it as well. So.
Nice.
But I got really lucky finding them pretty quickly, and they've been great to work with. They're based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So they've been producing hemp since it became federally well, not producing, but processing it since it became federally legal, 2018. So
your gummies I do like too.
Yeah.
And we were talking about restrictions, I do believe those are non-GMO, right? Like
they're all non-GMO, all organic. And they're vegan, and they're also gluten-free and soy-free. All my products.
Oh, she's gonna get orders. That's what's gonna happen.
Checks all the boxes.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's important. I mean, I have the restriction. I don't eat gelatin. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
Yeah, if you know what's in gelatin, there's a good. I'm not ruining gelatin for everybody. That's what I'm not going to do on this podcast. Look it up. You can Google that shit yourself.
Yeah.
But anyways, being able to find products that are like this is very hard, man. Just to check every single nano-emulsification, dietary restrictions, positive. That kind of thing, and this is the reason why I'm like, hey, y'all need to try it. Here's the thing, and I'm going to be real honest with you. When you try a CBD tincture, the CBD tincture I was taking before I tried this one was phenomenal. The taste it's almost like a shocking taste because CBD, naturally sourced or something that's done very well, is going to have it's almost like a stringent type of taste, a little bit more stringent than you would normally see in like THC tinctures and stuff like that. But then again, we're still talking about whether or not that's water soluble, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's the difference coming full circle. I need things that work. So for me, I think that there's ways of utilizing tinctures that are not direct, right? You can put this in your orange juice. You could try this in different things. That'll cut that a little bit more. That's honestly the way my mom has to do it. She has to do it with something like a juice or something, but that's her way of doing it. Because, maybe it's not the best. You're not going to get that direct, right under, you're not going to get that absorbency from the mouth right away like you do when you just do tincture direct. But whatever way you have to do it, whichever way that works, perfect. She's like, I have dietary restrictions because I'm diabetic, so I understand that too. If you can't have the sugar,
and I added monk fruit sweetener, and that's actually I don't think you really notice it much because they didn't really like sweeten it that much. But monk fruit sweetener is the only sweetener that's like 0 glycemic index. So it is safe for diabetics.
Okay, Mom. You're getting some gummies.
Well, the gummies actually have the sugar, but the tinctures. Have the monk fruit in them.
Gotcha. And that's where she needs to go to tincture, right? So that's really kind of the situation that if you're trying this and you're trying CBD and this product in particular, because you should try. Don't, you know what I mean? Give it a little shot, see how it works for you, because the medicinal, and we're not doctors and we're not giving you medical research or anything like that. But for me, the medicinal properties, my opinion, are really great. So yes. I'm going to tell you, girl, I was excited to have you on. I'm not bullshitting. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, Happy Hemp Farm is normally what I use for regular CBD use. Because of how they do their products and how they source their products. Literally, he's growing that CBD. You know what I mean? Nice. So, phenomenal. But this was probably, I'm not bullshitting, second to none, top 5 CBD I've had. Awesome. No bullshit. I highly recommend because it checked all of the boxes for me. Yeah. Because I don't eat meat. I never said I was vegan, y'all. So I make mistakes. That's why. But I just don't eat meat. For various reasons, and this was like fucking perfect for me, so I appreciate that. The beeswax, see that's where I'm not vegan, because I would sure use it no matter what, even if it had beeswax, but that's just me preferentially. Jarrell, do you use a lot of these products? Do you what's your take on how CBD
topicals? I use topicals. Because my knees are jacked up, so and I still play a lot of basketball, so I definitely use topicals before and after I play. So I'm excited for this 2,000 milligram right here.
Yeah, for sure.
This is definitely getting put to use. But like you said, Rocky, I feel like the water soluble is a game changer because like you said, like with the regular oil-based CBD products, it does take like 2-3 weeks until you feel that difference. But with the water soluble, it's more effective, immediate. And you can add it to drinks and still not lose the effectiveness. Am I right? Mm-hmm. So that's like another game changer because you can add it to whatever. Yeah.
Well, you could mix it with water because it thoroughly like just dissolves and mixes into it. That's how I take it. I mix it with like a shot of water, pretty much.
No, a shot of water.
Like a shot of water. Yeah. But I mean, you can put it in any drink.
Yeah.
It does have that plant taste though. Like
but listen, good CBD.
That's how you know it's effective product.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the effects you'll
Here's why the reason why I mentioned that, because
that it's from a good quality plant.
I highly recommend that people buy this, and I don't want them trying it and being like, "Whoa, that's the way it's supposed to be." Just dose it with something. If it's too stringent for you, dose it with something. I've been doing that with good CBD though the whole time, because honestly, every CBD that I've ever used that's like worth a damn, it had that taste to it. Yeah. So I wasn't like, I honestly was like, whoa, and I was like, yep, this is gonna be good. And for sure, like immediately, I would probably say about 3-4 minutes, I started feeling the effects of the CBD. And here's the thing: there's only one other tincture that I feel the effects like right away. So kudos to you on that. That is a game changer in the CBD atmosphere.
And another thing we were talking about earlier that was super important: you get it like third party tested, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the test results are publicly available on my website. So
hell yeah, that's super important, because a lot of the ones you pick up from a gas station, that's not guaranteed tested.
No, you won't be able to find that information, and then it's likely not what they're advertising. That's what I guess it's been. I saw it in the news that like a lot of the brands like that are made like sold without any test results available, when they end up testing them, it turns out it's a way lower amount or none. Like,
not surprising at all, though.
No, that makes complete sense to me. Yeah. And why wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Like,
shady characters. Yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was gonna say, like, what's next? Are you gonna like come up with a different like line of product for QCC?
Yeah, I do plan to have other stuff when I expand more. Maybe CBD water I've been thinking about. They do have that. And then there's some other products, but eventually I do want to expand to THC though, like I said, but just want to get these products out there more first. So I think once people try them and like, see how effective they are, like they'll, realize that it's, a great quality product and like actually gonna help them medicinally.
Yes. And it's important, y'all. It is important, and you deserve it. Your body deserves it to have a lab tested items. And look at it, you know what I mean? Look at those labels, get to know them. You can, and I know people like to be, girl, stop mentioning that shit on fucking high bud tenders, but you can actually get a printout of anything that you purchase in the store with lab tests on it. COAs, certificates of analysis. You can ask for it, and I highly recommend it. If you're a new patient to CBD, or you're a new person trying THC, ask for those results. If you like the item, ask for those results, because then you could kind of cookie cut some things. If they're out of stock on that lemon skunk, you can have maybe a lemon cake or something that has a very similar terpene profile, or THC and whatever cannabinoids, etc. So I mean, having the lab results on these items is very important, y'all. So if I wanted to purchase something like this online, what is the retail usually on your tincture of 1,500 milligrams?
It's $77.77.
I love that. Welcome to Vegas. And look at 1,500 milligrams. Where? Let's really talk about it. So the price is right where the fuck it needs to be.
Anywhere else, that's over $100 easy.
Yeah. And then the gummies,
they are $44.44.
my god, I'm loving this. Oh my god, and then the topical.
The topical is 33.
Alright, so look at, you can't even forget this shit. Listen, even if you smoke, you can't fuck this shit up.
What's the story behind the numbers?
I just, angel numbers.
Okay.
So I saw another company that was pricing stuff like that, and I thought it was cool. So
right on.
What is an angel number?
It's like numerology, and like certain numbers have certain meanings behind them, and then like when you see them repeating, it's like supposed to be like a sign of some kind. Or
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I really do. I mean, that's just those little extra pieces that go into like loving your product. That you're like, I really love this, I'm gonna add this. But yeah, man, I'm not kidding y'all. If you want to get this product, I mean, this is the way to go for sure. You used to butt ton for a little while.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, beast.
She did a damn thing.
Yeah, she ran her ass around that store so fast. I would be like, oh my god, if I had the energy or the stamina. But no, girl, I just wanted to tell you, like, you are awesome. What was your favorite part about working in the cannabis industry as far as bud tending?
Bud tending, I would say just like all the people I worked with for the most part. Like everyone is really chill, like for the most part. So
do you think that it helped you to fuel your passion for cannabis and like wanting you to make these products? Do you think that helped you?
Yeah, well, definitely, because I've always been like a researcher. Like I've been researching like all kinds of like psychoactive since I was like 12. So I knew about stuff before like I could even like access it and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so I know a lot about cannabis. Like I actually didn't even have to do the training that everyone else had to do. Because the trainer was starting the day after the first day that I started. So they just threw me out there, and then I was just like, all right, I'll just figure it out. And then I did it, and then they were like, oh, you did so good on your first day, like we don't even need to train you, here's the final exam. And then I was like, okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
And then I won like 3rd place in some sales contests a few times and got a free honey badger.
Hey.
That was pretty awesome because of my store credit. So
yeah, do your shit, bud tenders. I'm saying, this is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Make it work for you.
It's
make
out there
it
for
work.
you. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was in the 100K club like a few times. So.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
Fun days.
I miss it sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Dude, can I tell you, the other day I was fucking, no bullshit, I was in here and I was getting real super fucking high, and I got in my feelings about that shit, for real. Like, I remember just going out there with all my friends and fucking working and not having no fucking issue.
Nah.
Like, leaving work, didn't feel bad. You know what I mean? I didn't get into trouble because I didn't start no fucking trouble. I'm not 12. So, like, you know what I mean? So long as you did your fucking job, that job was gravy.
Yeah. You used to work in the medical side a lot too, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I used to work next, like, in the
that little cut.
The next cubby over, or whatever, the next register over.
Yeah, I loved it over there.
Yeah.
That was the spot there. Because people were just more chill.
Yeah. And they usually, know what they want, know what they're like after, at least the effects, So
like, for sure. I think that's fucking... And you're amazing at it, girl, because I worked right next to you. Like I said, you were fucking zipping through. So I'm going to tell you, man, if there's anything a product that I would feel comfortable purchasing would be from somebody that is a bud tender.
Yeah.
Bud tenders, man, you can do something with the knowledge that you have. Mm-hmm. It is like half the power of this industry, I feel like.
Yeah.
You hold a lot of power.
And when I worked there, though, it's like all we had was oil-based CBD. Mm-hmm. So, like, I felt really, like, uncomfortable selling it because I was just like, well... yeah, we got this, and it's supposed to do this stuff, to help. But like, ultimately, when they told me like, oh, I don't really feel effects from it, I would tell them, well, I noticed the same thing too, and I've tried it. I've tried the water soluble kind, and that's what really like is effective. And like, probably shouldn't have been promoting other brands sometimes, but now I have my own brand that's even better. Mm-hmm. So,
well, that's what I'm talking about. So, take that knowledge and fucking roll it.
Do your own thing.
But you've always been, honestly, besides the fact. You've always been super entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Kudos to you on that as well, too.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm just glad to be doing something I'm, like, passionate about and, like, that actually will help people and stuff. So.
Hell yeah, gotta feel good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we appreciate you hopping on with us.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. But before we get you up out of here, we gotta know what you've been smoking on.
I've been smoking on this AK-47 live flower vape cart lately. Yeah. I usually just do like live resin and sometimes flower, but yeah, I've been lately just doing like live carts.
Just the carts, super convenient. You dab more than you do flower.
On the go. Yeah, I usually dab more.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then, of course, having those crazy entourage effects from that amazing CBD you have there. All right, so folks, if you want to learn more about these CBD products, please hop on to www.qccbd.shop. Again, that's qccbd.shop. All right, so check that out for sure. And if they are on Instagram, how will they find you?
My Instagram is Quality CannaConfections CBD. It's kind of long, but yeah. And then also Facebook, I'm Quality CannaConfections CBD. And then Twitter, it's I believe it's QCC CBD, and also TikTok QCC CBD.
Yep. And folks, let me tell you, I'm gonna be posting out the QR code. So Monday, when we air this podcast, y'all will be able to scan the QR code too as well. From IG.
Yeah, and you have a promo code as well I gave you, right?
Oh, shit. What's the promo code?
Hi Buds.
Hi Buds. Yes. So if y'all are online and you're shopping, please do us a solid and let people know out there that you heard it from us. We appreciate you folks. And let me tell you, man, you can hear the passion is behind this one for sure. I'm really excited. People, you can always check us out online at www.hibudtenders.com. We do have a shop there where you can pick up our merchandise. Please check that out. We are on all things social media at Hi Bud Tenders. We thank you folks for listening. Bud Tenders, we love you from the bottom of our hearts. Stay high, Bud Tenders.
Fucking make it, I'm saying. I said I love my city. But I don't think you hear me though. I said I love my city.